Hello, how y'all doing today? Happy Saturday. Okay, Pisces season, Saturday. Just making this video because I'm gonna start doing this a little bit more often, where I'm being kind of called to like just when I get certain uploads or however you want to put it, that I come and share it with you all, and hopefully I can inspire somebody, motivate somebody, throw a gem out there. Um, yeah. So today I just want to talk about um having a passion, having something that you're passionate about, aka like your own, some people call it hobbies, but even a little bit deeper than that, like something that um that you do that motivates you, that puts you in a good space. It's not really money motivated, but if you're motivated by money, I'm not saying that's wrong or anything. I'm just saying that this is something that purely, even if you didn't have anything gaining back from it, that you would still do it regardless because it's part of who you are. Um, and how important that is to kind of find that as individuals. Um, so yeah, that's basically what I want to kind of talk about today because I feel like you know, we it's a lot of things in the world that could throw us off, that could, just the way the world is up nowadays, it's kind of meant like that. It's kind of meant for you to kind of be more in a stressful energy because, another video, that's how you stay sick type shit. But and that's how you can, get abused, get used, and also get marketed off of as far as pharmaceuticals and stuff. But that's another video. But it's easy to get thrown off, and having a passion that I feel like that is deep to you, that is meaningful to you, always can bring you back to like a center space. And especially in the moments where like you kind of low, we all go through it, when you're low to the point where even the talk in your mind can't even change your feeling. You know what I mean? If you get real good at your alchemy, you'll be able to change, add different things, subtract different things at will, and be able to kind of do it. But having a passion that you're connected to, and that could be, a person, place, or thing, or an environment. You know what I mean? But I would personally suggest it be, this is just my opinion, it be something that you could do by yourself without needing anybody else, needing an outside source. It comes, you could do it by yourself basically, so that if at any point in time that person, place, or thing ain't there, that you would still be able to do it. It's still your passion. It's still you. It's you. It's a party. Um, but yeah, so it could be a variety of things depending on what you're into. But I just want to throw that out there about having your own personal space, and that's a part of keeping your space and your spirit, your space, intact, and being able to like really be able to control it better. Because whenever you find yourself, like I was saying, even when your mind can't even get you right at the moment, and your mind falling short, because we all fall short sometimes, that passion or that motivation, mission, whatever it is, and mission, that you can jump into that space and it can allow you and assist you into bringing back a centered feeling, or just putting your vibe back right. And when I mentioned before about I'm suggesting it not to be a person, or it be something that really comes from individually. Like I just say that because it's a slippery slope in between things. But if you're a person where you're in a relationship, you're married, you're in like a actual marriage to another person, that and that's where your motivation lies, in your woman or in your man. It's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely nothing wrong with it, especially if, like, I feel like it's levels to shit, for real, for real. And if you at a level where that you and your person is like this, and of course anything can happen, people change every day, but just in this moral background, because you know who that person is, they know who you are, as just who that person is without y'all even being together. And you know, all right, the person I'm with, they can stand on this. So you're, you know, that's your motivation. And that's perfectly fine as long as you got the discernment to know that that's going to withstand, that that's strong enough, that that's stable enough, that you didn't put enough, it's levels to it when it comes to dealing with other people. So, and, a passion can be, a talent, a gift, how you express yourself. You could be passionate about so many things. It's no limit to it. It's no right or wrong. It's not none of that. I just personally suggest it be something that comes from, that you could do whether you with people or not with people, alone, in a crowd, this place, that place, but you could always jump into that space and it brings you back. And even sometimes negative feelings, bring you back something. Because, like, for instance, if you're a person who like to work out or you got to go with your body, a lot of times that can bring up negative thoughts about yourself, and you go work out, and passion can look like anger a lot of times. Coming from Scorpio, coming from a Mars sign, it could look like anger. So you're transmuting it though. You are angry. You may be in a bad mood. You may be having bad thoughts about yourself, but you went to the gym or you went wherever and you worked out, and you angrily moving that ball. Nigga, you talking to yourself like, what the fuck is that? But you're transmuting it. And that's still a form of like, okay, I'm passionate about feeling better. I'm passionate about being a better person. I'm passionate. So, these are the steps that I do for that. And it is a routine. And it got to be, for me personally, something that you love, that you like, because like it's a deep desire of yours that, like, you don't need to explain to nobody. You get it. And yeah, and it's just what you do and where you feel comfortable with it. And even with that, what I'm saying, never feel ashamed either, like, anything that, unless you should be ashamed, and niggas know shit they should be ashamed of that they should not be doing. But I'm talking about for motherfuckers that may have certain passions or motivations that nobody knows about, and people don't know that you do that. People may never know that you was into that, but the crowd that you're around or your environment you don't feel like it allows you to really express it. But that's where, one, that lets you know that one or two things: you around the wrong people in the wrong areas because you don't feel free, or also, you, like me, a lot of times you could feel free, but you may be self-conscious. You may be caring too much about what people think. That's how I used to be. You know what I mean? Which could come off a lot of times as a person being shy. A lot of times it's that. And a lot of times some motherfuckers just don't want to be bothered and just don't want to say nothing to nobody. And they like observing. But on the other end of it, never be ashamed, never be scared. You should be able to always feel free, be free. And if you are a free person and you're in an environment where you feel like it's not allowing you to be yourself, you get the fuck away from that person, place, or thing immediately, because that's going against everything that you should be trying to do with your mission, right? Or with your passions. All right, so that was the first point. I got a little bit. I keep looking to the side. I probably look to that side too, but I'd be wondering. But I got look down. I got a little bit. I wrote some stuff down. Bear with me. I feel like I talk fast. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. But so let me know, of course, like, comment, subscribe, you feel what I'm saying, or whatever you gotta do to support me. I appreciate it. But let me know in the comments, like, can you understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I know I'm from Baltimore. I got a little bit of an accent. But moving on. So that was the first point, about making sure that you have things that you are passionate about, that you love to do, that puts you in a space to be able to be tranquil, to be able to have your vibe right, to be able to feel at home, be able to feel, you know what I mean? And it's something that is furthering you. It's something that, and a lot of times, some of the most simplest shit can be, that is what I said, like, that's growing you, that's furthering you. And sometimes it could be simple, because just creating a mood and creating a vibe to flow in that's how you manifest, for real. So it's about the vibration. Create on the vibration. The word was created on the vibe. Say not. But yeah, so moving on. That's the first point. You feel what I'm saying? Be intact, because the passions, them deep desires, be you, be deep down inside, and it be a spiritual thing. It be how a better way of you to understand yourself and connect to yourself as well. So now I have the next point. I really didn't want to make this video too long, but I'm already at 10 minutes and I'm talking. Sorry. Next point is, I just wanted to talk about letting people, I titled it, letting people walk in their light. So you know, it's been times, and I'm always gonna be transparent, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of, you know, these are my own experiences and wisdom and knowledge that I've extracted going through those experiences, and kind of like being the observer, not really trying to be in the world, but observing the world. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So letting people walk in, like, so you may be like, for instance, like, you may have been on a path, you may already be on your spiritual journey, you know, or you may not even identify like that, but you know that you done place gems in certain people's lives, or in other words, put people on, and it could have, in your eyes and in their eyes too, but just not, you know, for the way y'all looking at it, because it's y'all just different people, you know, it's then helped them, it's then changed them, it's transformed them for the better. And a lot of times these people will never come to you and be like, yo, like, you know, I really, and some people will. And shout out to the people that gave motherfuckers they flowers while they still here. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. But a lot of times, when it comes to the spiritual, people just be going through their lives and be going through their journeys, and also knowing not to take shit personal. You know what I mean? And to really, you know, observe and allow people to go through their shit, allow people to go through their journeys, allow people to go through their spaces. You know what I mean? Especially if you have the spiritual inclination to know, I see what space you in. So, like, basically what I was saying was, sorry, a little train of thought. These people may not never tell you that. And you could see somebody, you could be doing some shit, for instance, like, you know, like, you read tarot, you fuck with tarot, you may watch videos, you may read tarot yourself, and you put somebody on like, yo, like, this shit really, you know what I mean, or astrology or some shit like that, and in the beginning, these motherfuckers was looking at you like, I don't give a fuck about that shit, or the fuck this bitch talking about, or da-da-da-da. But then as you was around, they seen, by you just being an example, this is how God worked, by you just being you, it rub off. You feel what I'm saying? Because it should. And that's the whole point. It should. And that, and so basically that's my whole point. It rubs off, and it should. And it shouldn't be like, oh, this motherfucker ain't. So now in their lives, they hitting you up, post shit online, like, look at this show, da-da-da-da. Or may not even be talking to you about it all, but you see them online or in your personal life, or like, what you doing today? Oh, I'm fucking with the, you know, I'm looking at the alignments today and shit. I'm like, oh shit, really? But they never say, yo, like, yeah, like, you really put me on to some good shit. I fuck with this shit, and I thank you for that. They'll just keep, and then it might even get to the point where, like, they might start using that shit against you. Like, depending on how close you are to somebody, in connection with them, they may start doing shit like, yeah, because, you know, the moon is in this day, that's probably why you act like, you know, a little something like that. And it's like, bitch, shut the fuck. I'm the motherfucker. That's why you even. But that right there, I'm the reason why you even know that. That right there is kind of like, it don't go with. It's not coming from a place that's pure. You know what I mean? That's coming from a place of an emotion that's already low. You know what I mean? That motherfucker, what the fuck you talking about? Like, so even right there is where I had to check myself. You feel me? Even myself. And be like, you know what? I should be happy and grateful that this person is even on a journey, that they even evolving, because if this is what this is about. I'm like, got no ownership, no rulership, and this is where the world get fucked up. That's enough. That, like, if I shared this with somebody, that's the point in sharing. And that's another point I was talking about, when you share with somebody, and what sharing really is. You did that with the kindness of your heart. You doing that because that's you. You doing that because, not to get anything in return, not to get no flowers, not to get, that's just who you, that's just what it is. And so that's what I, you know, don't feel bad. Don't be like, oh, this motherfucker think that, or don't even get into them thoughts. You know, just show gratitude for where it is, because in spiritually and having a spiritual sense, it's very internal to know, like, you know, yeah, like I'm happy that I could have influenced this person in a good way, like, and it just let that be that, you know what I mean? And maybe one day they will, like, damn, after they get through their shit, you know what I mean? And maybe one day they never will. But it don't matter. You're doing God's work. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. And that's to me personally being pure. You know what I mean? Ain't with nothing attached to it. I ain't need nothing back. That's just what it was. It's what I'm supposed to be doing. Being a living example, right? Living righteous, being, you know? So that's the second point. Allow people to walk in their light. Allow people to go through their journey. And when you share, you're sharing. You're sharing not to get, you don't share to get some, I'm doing this for you, all this weird ass shit. I'm doing this for you because I want some type of, I need some type of validation. I need that, or I'm doing this for you because I want one day for you to be able to do something for me, or nah. Although I do fuck with people that I know already in my mind, like, I'm doing this for them because I know they would do it for me, but I'm not doing it because I'm expecting it, and it's the expectation part that is just like with the sharing shit. You know what I mean? There's we got to get in touch. There's such a spiritual satisfaction and fulfillment within. There's a currency that's a real currency, that's a frequency that just because you can't see it and can't touch it, don't mean that shit ain't there. Don't mean that shit ain't real. So with knowing that, you know, I did God's work in this person's life. I did great things. I moved with integrity. I had intention. Like, anytime I walk into a room with anybody that meets me, I'm adding value to their life. And it's not for me. A lot of the times, it's nothing material. It's all esoteric. It's all spiritual. It's for me personally. And everybody's different. You could come into somebody's life and put them on, and you got a lot to give. And you like, nigga, materially, I'm doing it. I got you. I got this for you. I got that for you. You know what I mean? And that could be that too. And that's, you know, that's good as well. So that was you know, that was really the video for today. I hope that, you know, resonated or helped somebody, or just, you know, something that was good to listen to. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Like, comments on my video. Got a little lip gloss. And I just want to end the video with saying, speak nicely to yourself, man. Even on the days that you know, feel like, I fell short today, I ain't really, you know, but you learned. And make sure you always extracting knowledge and wisdom from your experiences to apply to your future. Because that's I feel like that's life. You know what I mean? It's always going to be ups and downs, but don't talk to yourself like shit. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, even when you fell short, just like, tomorrow's a new day. That's why shout out to Glow Brother. That's why I let tomorrows. Period. Tomorrow's always a new day. You always got the time and the ability to make up for or catch up on, and you ain't gotta look at it as catching up. That's just where you need to be at, and you needed to rush. You needed to not do that today, or maybe you didn't, but you learned something. All right, when I did that, these things happen. I don't want that to happen no more, but it has to be, I learned from that. Never, I ain't shit. Don't talk to yourself. Love yourself, guys. Love yourself. Talk to yourself nicely. Take care of yourself. And have a beautiful rest of your Saturday. And I love always.